By tradition, it's time for Caverns of Blood. I still love this stupid website. At least the cavern exploring part of the website. Let us look at the game instructions. And click inside this box if I value my cyber life. Welcome to Caverns of Blood, the horror with attitude site. That'd be horror site with attitude? Before you begin your journey, please click on the warning icon. From the main page, when and if you find the Cave of Jewels, you will receive a special Caverns of Blood completion reward. I'm looking forward to my completion reward. To post on your own site, if you wish, of course. If only I had a website to post it on. I mean, I do, but if only. Enjoy the game. Oh, and die well, Spelunker. What's up, Friday? It's a site for horror with attitude. Yes, horror with attitude site. I read that. Came back around. JavaScript. Tips. The following provides you with tips and information on how to best navigate the Caverns of Blood game pages. Please comply with the parameters as best you can. It will greatly enhance your enjoyment of the game. You will be visiting 10 or more caves, depending upon your choices that you make. Your goal is to reach the Cave of Jewels. You cannot advance to the next cave without actually playing the game. Each new cave is more difficult to traverse than the one before it, and little annoyances have been installed to thwart prospective cheaters, like this one. See, horror with an attitude. It is serious, very serious. Yes, it should be pulling up the edit link. It doesn't matter. If you don't have the right permissions, it does the right things. Each page contains a different background scene, music, images, and animated GIFs with an apostrophe. Simply press the stop button on your browser if you want the animations to stop playing. Once you're in the caves, however, you'll not be able to stop the music from playing. Turn your volume control down if you get scared. Both Internet Explorer 4 Plus and Netscape Communicator, not Navigator, Communicator 4 Plus browsers will play background music automatically if you had installed their full offerings, so there's no need for third-party software. Newer AOL and WebTV browsers work just as fine as well. When you make it to a new cave, let the page load entirely before you start scrolling through it. Some pages will take longer to load due to your connection speed and the number of images to be displayed. If you try and hurry, you'll really miss out on a lot of gore and fun. There is a story to be read here. A very concise, eloquent story. Just a little text on each page. If you don't read the text before clicking around for links, you won't progress very quickly, if at all. There are clues and links in every page, every cave. You have to discover the correct link to advance to subsequent caves. Don't get discouraged. You'll get to the next level eventually. It's fun trying. If you get stuck, read the text on the page. You're in for clues. Finally, if you're able, and for best viewing, please set your browser's font size to medium or 12 respectively. The site has been designed to be viewed using any screen resolution. What is my text size anyway? Medium. Hooray. We did it right. I thought there was like a sub-page you could visit here somewhere. But maybe I've lost it. Also, this doesn't show up because of HTTPS. Guess we're gonna go to the caverns. Cave of Distortions, as we wait for it to load. You have naively entered a dominion of phantasmagoric proportions. As your eyes attempt to vainly focus on those surreal surroundings, feelings of uneasiness and foreboding are released into your already shaky system. Seeing only in a strange two-dimensional manner, you can't seem to distinguish a secure point of reference in any apparent direction. I love this. Especially because like all of this stuff has extra tiny bits that don't load very well in modern web browsers. Like these alt tags don't really work anymore. It said focus, man! And help me, I can't see! Not to mention like hover effects. Like down there. Poke me on the eye right now! Which all just takes you back to the top. Like changing this bar down here is no longer a thing you can do in web browsers as far as I know. You could make one with CSS, but that's not really the same thing. Congratulations, you've made it this far by nerveless locomotion and sheer luck and mouse wheels. However, you've become very discouraged and don't want to continue. Fortunately, the overwhelming desire to discover the mysterious Cave of Jewels compels you onward. You proceed ever so slowly by dragging each unseen foot, one in front of the other, never permitting either heel to leave the slushy and opaque foundation that scorns your very existence. A rotten, infected sort of odor has quickly swept through the hollow. Also, I'm going to right-click again just as I can. And there's a skull, it's got a hover thing. Come on, I dare you, click on me! Anything down here? Don't click here. I beg of you, no! I'm okay with that. Anyone hover? No, alt text. At the end of this unusual apparition, has been reached. You can no longer travel in this direction. You vehemently strain to see any presence of outlet or opening. Nothing in kind can be detected. There has to be an exit. I just have to keep looking, you grumble. Perhaps your escape was unwittingly overshot. Somewhere within the traversal, that putrid, nauseating pungency has been getting increasingly less perceptible at this point. Alright, let's go actually click on the skull we're supposed to click on now. Cave of Butchery. I'll cut you, man! I don't want to scroll down yet. As you picked up the gooey, dilapidating skull, you were unceremoniously sucked into some kind of foul-smelling, gyrating vortex. After whirling about for several seconds, you haphazardly plummeted here. There is an intense, repugnant stench all around the area, ravishing your senses. You begin to gag and choke uncontrollably. The rank, corrupt aroma is so septic and revolting that with an explosive surge of helplessness, you ultimately vomit without constraint. You are very pale and debilitated at this moment. Oh, and I forgot to turn that off. Okay, one sec. Okay, fixed. Now let's go to the Cave of Butchery. I'll cut you, man. What we got here? Cut me, Spelunker. These say cave/slice. Alright, that's the way to actually go next. I don't want to do that yet. More vomiting. Very 90s. I want to say this goes back to like 95, 94, given the date, given the things. Bzzzt. Anything else clickable? Or highlightable? Cave/puke. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, this was from the Caverns of Blood website, which was a horror website run for God knows how long, and they bought this from someone else. This is just something that was on an ISP. Like, oh man, look at all these different little bug images. And look at all the same ones. Foolish? No, none of those are helping. Maybe axe? Continue. Done.html? No. Okay, well, what about this? More puke, we've already done that one. Let them run around? Sure, why not? Look at them go! This was high-tech at one point. Think back, something like that took a lot of effort. Nowadays, it looks like child. It does. It took a lot of effort to make this kind of thing. You now realize your grievous predicament and actual location. You are gazing inside out of what appears to be a mutilated, lifeless, decaying entity. You're maggot food if you persist in exploring this festering boil of a grotto much longer. You notice eerie pustullations, a constant dull, thudding crunch, and faint wails of pain in the distance. You might be able to slash your way out of here if you were not experiencing so much enervation and instability. Oops! You just violently spewed monolithic regurgitated chunks all over a group of starving maggots. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm out of here. The Cave of Carnage. Murder! Whack, whack, whack. I have an Excedrin headache. Gather some courage. Oh look, I can go to the next thing. Bloody. Oh, that just takes me to the bottom of the page. I will use the home key. Something I haven't done in a while. Alright. You scantily slithered your way through the carved layer of putrescent flesh. Trying to regain your recently sickened senses, you take deep, dubious breaths of the stale alien oxygen offered. You reluctantly commence surveying those newfound surroundings, a chopping-like intruding racket, along with disturbing howls of agony and suffering, is ricocheting off all the sculpture-riddled walls of this third, shuddery inwardness. Considering your current feeble state of brain and body, you decide not to investigate the source of the grisly, reverberating audio. You must remind your daunted, pessimistic self. Cave of Jewels. Cave of Jewels. Without further hesitation, you resistively creep towards the chilling shrieks of misery. What's this one say? Oh, cut me, please, cut me. Oh. You're caught, Spelunker. You lapse into unconsciousness. After your left arm is hacked off by a rusty axe. That really smarts, too. You become sentient again after only a brief while. You're just happy to be alive. You must now backtrack in order to get back past the depraved, mutilating ogre that is rampantly feasting on what was your left arm. The meal is being enjoyed so much he doesn't even notice you wriggling away. It's like a virtual haunted house. That is actually what this kind of is. Like, HTML haunted houses were a thing for a period of time, and I found a nice blog article about it, but it's from a blog that's kind of long dead, unfortunately. Escape Trog? Nope, same one. More screaming! You're curious as you cautiously move closer to the unidentified origin of this macaw dissonance. You reach a rather large, obscuring stalagmite blocking your path. You guardedly peek over the mineral-layered impediment, only to behold a hideous, mutilated, monster-like, cannibalistic, blood-soaked, frenzied, pus-contaminated, cave-dwelling primitive in the process of preparing dinner. The main course happens to be a previous explorer that clicked on the wrong icon. Never do that. While the barbaric troglodyte savagely dismembers the still-alive Spelunker, you think, better him than me. I love the screaming phase. Run away! Ah, I got caught again. Whoops. What about this? Kiss me, you spelunking fool. Nope, got caught again. Alright. Freshly sheared body parts and carefully scavenged bones are randomly scattered about the dank landscape. It may be possible to cleanly slip by this flesh-eating butcher if you're really careful. Oh, jewel entry. Oh, I got tricked. Of course, I'm also clicking on every single thing I can find, so... Like, I love the fake hovers. They're perfect. Dead end here, Spelunker. Die well. Guess let's go cleanly slip by the flesh-eating butcher. Into the Cave of Death. That doesn't go anywhere. Does this do anything? Hey, where the heck's my left arm? Are these two right arms then? Clicking this does nothing. That goes no! I love the no hover. You nervously manage to stumble by the burly, blood-soaked, swilling beast. Good job. Too bad you lost an arm in the process. Look around you. It's pitch black in here. Absolute and trenchant darkness. A vast, chartless frontier of enigmatic shadow. You hear unruffled whispers of underlying nothingness, soothing you into a delusive yet tranquil state of contentment. Is this death, you ponder? Or are you once again simply navigating the unknown portals of intertime and space? You'd pray for help, if only you had two hands. Good thing I have my mouse hand. See, is there anything here? Looks like a lot of nothing so far. That's probably interesting. Is that Secret of Mana mode? Yes, it is. There's an awful lot of stuff that's taken from other media involved in here. I think last time I played this, Jamie pointed out that it was the Mana Beast. I think. But it was a while ago. You know, it was like a year ago, I guess. You are at a complete and utter, perhaps terminal loss of sanguicity. Busted out the thesaurus here. You do not know where to turn or what to do next. You incessantly pace the void, oblivious to the harsh ache caused by your unemployed and blood-stained arm socket. Abruptly, though softly, a recurring thought occupies your irresolute, befuddled mind. You are urged to follow the light by what you are certain is some form of anonymous, invigilating deity. We'll check the music list. You were right. Took a wild shot. Ah, nice. Someone made that port. People love to make weird ports. So let's see, we got this, and it takes us to the X. Follow me, Spelunker. The Cave of Graves. Let's not climb out yet. You're doing pretty well, Spelunker. Ouch! You don't know how much that smarts. Thanks to the guiding, celestial-like luminescence, Not... You happened upon this frightening and disconsolate place. By the way, significant quantities of your life-giving fluids are increasingly gushing out of your unattended shoulder wound and cascading into the damp, sullen, and now blood-saturated earth. If you're not careful, you'll soon be, regrettably and quite prematurely, dead. Gush, gush, gush. Oh, that's my arm socket. Oh, that's cute. Rip. Here lies Spelunker. Died well. Am I dead yet? I hope not. Takes me back to the top. You feel tired and listless as you fall surrender to their weak and rickety legs that no longer execute their primary function. Dispirited and traumatized, you finally avalanche to your knees and collapse face down into the swampy, worm-infested soil. Just prior to passing out, you become acutely aware of a sharp, piercing pang running up your left arm and through your stunned and your comatose mind. Is it rats? Hand. Where's my pinky ring? Don't hog the hand, man. Save some room for me, will you? And then there's a bunch of worms. We click this? None of those are clickable. I do look like hell, apparently. Eat worms and die, Spelunker. He's been sick. Could have been better. Heads up! Anyone know where the nearest hospital is? Probably not anywhere near that. Cave of Jewels, Cave of Jewels, Cave of Jewels! Confused and groggy, you once again recite the magical revitalizing words that help you to retrieve your lost faculties. After a rather lengthy blackout, you find your now claw-like right hand has been stripped of muscle and flesh, eaten away by hungry rodents. This is a goddamn nightmare! Have I been dead and buried? You shout. You've come to realize that the lore associated with the eternal rest is anything but serene. Taking matters into your own hand, you tortuously smear some of the putrefying mud over your blood-ejecting shoulder stub to act as a type of bottle cork. You then obtain some much-needed nourishment by consuming several of the dozen of the protein-enriched resident worms. Stronger and more alert, you adamantly proclaim, "I'm gonna climb the hell out of here right now!" Oh, there's my hand. Let's climb out of here. Whoop. To the Cave of Souls. You might recognize this feller. Let's see, what other hover things we got? He's coming for you, Spelunker. Kneel before me, Spelunker. I could have had a V8. But I'm innocent. Archviles are never innocent. I want to go home. Wah wah. By advancing to the... do this way. By advancing to the uppermost part of the loathsome entombment, you clawed your way through worms, mud, and corpses to expose a slender, forbidding corridor that you narrowly succeed to permeate. In fact, were it not for the subtracted bulk of your missing left arm, it's unlikely you would have made it to this abysmal and hapless world. All around you are lost, forsaken slaves of iniquity and greed, fruitlessly pleading for salvation and reclamation. Suddenly, you too are overcome with an irrepressible anxiety and desperate sadness. A kind of coercive, diabolical force appears to be curbing your Cave of Jewels aspirations. It beckons you to cross the subliminal threshold separating life and death. It offers you boundless limitations of power and unconditional restitution. They seriously busted up the source for these games. Can I help you, Spelunker? Wah! You seriously contemplate the message. I'm at the end of my rope. I've been hacked, devoured, battered, and humiliated. I've only discovered 6 caves, but each has been more devastating than the one before it. I'm tired, man. Real tired. With that, the conniving tempter immediately produces 4 burning icons and places them before your judgment. You are then relentlessly pressured to choose your destiny. As promised, only one choice shall return your depleted flesh, your original vitality, and your stern resolve. The others shall result in total relinquishment of soul and sanity to an unforgiving and everlasting damnation. Fun fact, the one that's published on YouTube is missing a particular noise, and I finally found it sitting on archive.org somewhere. It was that one. I didn't fully play it. Cave of Souls, we're still here. You messed up bad, Spelunker. Die well, Spelunker. Sorry, Spelunker. Wrong choice. You will celebrate eternity, armless, of course, by rejoicing in song until you puke. Let's go back to the Carnage. Let's try the other. Oh, I guess I didn't read this one. Choose me. I'm good and tasty. Man, that one was overrated. Ouch, that's very hot. That wasn't even a choice, Spelunker. Nevertheless, you will celebrate eternity, armless, of course, by rejoicing in song until you puke. I don't think I ever actually got this page. There's a lot of bad endings, but none of them are permanent, which is what makes this kind of thing pretty nifty. I mean, it's a choose-your-own-adventure book with a relatively narrow pathing. Maybe one day I'll, like, sit down and make a graph out of this just for the hell of it. Choose me, I'm out of this world. Hallelujah. Same message. Choose me, I'm full of it. Alright, here we go. Choose me, I'm nice and frothy. Oh, one of these said they were effervescent for some reason. Frothy it is. Let's go on to the Cave of Ice, where it's damn cold in here. What is this place? Kiss me, Spelunker. We'll deal with that one later. Ostensibly, you made the correct decision, or so you think. Although you outwitted the evil Persuader and now possess a renewed health, your left arm and right hand have been miraculously reconstructed. Eternal damnation may have been more pleasant than a temperature of only 2 degrees above zero. Was that Celsius? Fahrenheit? Or Kelvin? Because it makes a difference. This tubular cavity of a frozen wasteland appears to hold food storage for a variety of carnivorous creatures. A few morsels of coarsely sliced human remains are seen neatly organized into groups, probably arranged by preference of taste. Human steak? What the hell? Yummy. That's all one big link, okay. And probably means... Oh, they all have different things, though. Human... There's a barbecue somewhere. Oh, you small barbecue is the natural one. These are all human steak. I don't get human steak out of the foot. Do you know a good podiatrist? Any other hovers? Nah, no more alt text. There's something else here, too. Under that thin layer of ice. It's a diamond! A pink diamond! You exclaim, as you jubilantly examine the perfectly defined 5-carat gem. All doubt is expelled. Your goal is now infinite. I love how they spin. Pink diamond! Yeehaw! Which doesn't help us. You hastily make your way over to the unthawed crunch of broken ice. While still admiring your newfound precious stone... Oop. Oh. You unintentionally let your concentration sway from the danger at hand to the Cave of Jewels. Ah, it's him! From just behind a menacing Arctic crystal, he aggressively hurls himself towards your presently retreating position, vigorously swinging the bloody axe that hungrily yearns to become intimate with your newly restored left arm. There's no way out of here! Your entire body receives massive jolts of adrenaline caused involuntarily by the stark terror of the monstrous flesh hunter's unrelenting onslaught. He's nearly upon you. Ah, hell with it, man. I'm kicking some caveman ass. Throwing caution to the wind, you decidedly and maneuver to launch what will most likely be your only chance to counterattack. You lunge headfirst directly into the fixed track of the rampaging demon Trog. Oh, I want a piece of you. I kill you, man. Oh, we're in hell now. Hell's one of the caves. What do you think it looked like? A hotel suite? Apparently it's hot down here. Hot, do not touch. Alright, using the battering ram tactic, you effectively jolted the formidable and vicious man-eater off his feet, thus driving him flat, backed into the frigid, brittle turf. Inadvertently entangled with the damaging collision, you too careened downward, lumbering punishingly on top of the injured predator. The tremendous weight of the two impacting bodies was cause for the frothy polar surface to crack and shatter, opening to reveal a peculiar, torrid, streaming, unmapped pit of fathomless depth. Unable to otherwise prevent it, you and the ungodly denizen unwillingly tumbled into the fearsome trap and inexorably descended further and further hellbound. You've gone from the freezing cold to the blistering heat. The caveman continues. Although temporarily dazed, the gore feeder displays his intentions to re-establish the assault. You frantically search for an approximate weapon to defend yourself. Nothing tangible can be found. Wait a minute, how about the diamond? You speculate. You promptly remove the Olympian stone from your pocket and spontaneously catapult it at high max velocity in the direction of the oncoming marauder. Bullseye! Right in the temple! With an open, blood-spattered mouth and an expression of astonishment and a defiant snarl, he sinks to one knee, seesaws twice, slumps again, and topples lifelessly into adjacent cremating flames. At last. The heinous cannibal now dines at the fiery buffet of unrestrained seconds. Nice piece of work, Spelunker. We got any more hovering? Lucky shot, Spelunker, and... Ouch, that's not fair, Spelunker. This takes to the next line. Although you survived the battle... Oh, wait. These are straight up from Doom, by the way. Although you survived the battle, the life-saving pink diamond is forever lost to the burning inferno. It's extremely hot in here. You're finding it very difficult to breathe. You notice that distinct singed hair aroma, first experienced as a child playing with matches. Sweat streams out of your scorched pores like blood out of an amputated arm socket. We know about that. You instinctively begin to investigate icons for a link that might return you to the ice caves. This blazing underworld is home to numerous hobgoblins, tiny nettlesome devils, and mocking evil spirits. That tells me I'm fat. All possible escape routes are hindered by vexing satanic commandos. They cruelly ridicule and taunt you, hovering in and out, cackling and hollering obscenities, yammering about your mortal righteousness. You better make an ascending move, and fast. The crest of your nose, your fingertips, and earlobes are all becoming charred and crispy. Better hurry up. Neener, neener, neener. I like how it says you're fat, Spelunker. That amuses me. Is someone burning? You foul-smelling mortal. You smell smoke? Bite me. No. Your feet are combusting. The caveman continues. Na-na-na-na-na-na. These all go saying na-na-na-na? Yeah. Your eyes are scorched. The caveman continues. I guess we didn't look at, like, the hover text. There's no hover text for any of these things. Just na-na-na-na-na. I might have been missing this one, too. I forget. Your clothes are igniting. The caveman continues. Oh, I don't want to go to the Cave of Ice yet. Your feet are combusting. Yeah, we had our feet combust earlier. That's fine. What's that aroma? My feet are combusting. Okay. Are those blisters? Your skin is bubbling. The caveman continues. Clothes igniting. Feet are combusting. Clothes igniting. Yeah, we got all of those. Let's ascend. The Cave of Ice once again. Ah, nice and cool. Okay, fine then. I don't know why it says that, but that's what it says. You firmly latched onto the bristly, armed backside of the raptorial hellbird just as it began soaring upbound in pursuit of a cool, refreshing drink of blood. As you exited the demonic taxi, you spotted a welcoming patch of much-needed slush in which to wallow and soothe your nearly incinerated appendages. There are 8 culminating tunnels here. You sense you're only one step away from confronting a long-awaited and well-garnered journey, or destiny. Thinking aloud, you whine, but which one's the right one? They all look so similar. And how do I get past the patrolling, hostile-looking gargoyle? Damn, what should I do? Whine, whine, whine. And what will become of me? Alright, well, let's go cry, baby. Let's just die well. I guess I must have hovered over one of these and didn't unproc. Let's cry, baby. Oh, this takes us down here. That's disappointing. How about this one? It's dark. You're at a dead end. You can partially make out an isolated entryway divulging several glistening ornaments just around at the bend. You can probably reach it by using another route. Alright. Time out. Time in. I love the meta refresh thing. It's so silly. You're really cold. Time out. No, really, you're freezing. It's dark, you're at a dead end. The scent of your singed flesh is veiled by a marvelous, aromatic floral fragrance that seems to be emanating from somewhere close by. You can probably uncover its origin by following your Spelunker's intuition. The cannibal lives? Just kidding! Those pages are hilarious, too, because they're, like, the most simple ones. Because I want to just point this out. View source. Might be hard to see, I guess. But also, I'm surprised it lets me do this. Robots, no index. I didn't actually put that there. There's a meta... I swear it was using meta refresh. Well, now I don't know. I thought it was using meta refresh. I definitely didn't set up any web server nonsense to make this work. Weird. See, that's what I expected to happen. Okay, is it chilly in here? It's dark, you're at a dead end. But from above you and to the right are musical singings of echoing wind chimes and delicately clinking crystal glasses. If you chase the melody, you can probably discover its source. Gotta pee! Pee break! I'm still sure those are meta refreshes. I just can't find it in the stupid source. It's quite odd. You can see your breath. Pee? It's dark, you're at dead end, but from above you, you can... Oh, magical things, we can hear that. Alright, we'll do the last thing that makes sense. Because there's nothing else on the page. It's dark, but you ripped that poor defenseless infant gargoyle like an axe into flesh. It worked with the Trog, didn't it? You brutally broke one of its wings and sent it plummeting down the sizzling hell pit to a fiery, unmerited death. It only wanted to play with someone, you sick, sadistic, murdering bastard. Eat jewels and die, Spelunker. Wine. These all actually go to the same place. Actually, does it? Yeah, these all go to the wine, because they don't want to force you backwards. Boop. Cave of Jewels! We have made it to the Cave of Jewels, which is full of word art and random stolen pictures from elsewhere on the internet. Like, I wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these jewel images were originally on, like, the Smithsonian website, because apparently that's all you could do on the original Smithsonian website, was look at pictures of jewels and some pictures of dinosaurs. At least according to Scott Adams in one of his books from a million years ago. Congratulations, Spelunker. Click on the skull to collect your well-deserved award. Oh, it says congratulations down there. I missed that. Caverns of Blood Completion Award. Boop. We're at the Cave of Jewels awards page with triumphant music. You are now entitled to display one of these wicked award logos on your own homepage. Simply put your mouse pointer over the logo you prefer. Give your mouse a right click to save. I guess we could save it. We're not going to, but we could. So yes, we were successful. Each logo is about 5 to 8K in size and will download almost immediately. Please link the logo back to the Caverns of Blood main page, so other unsuspecting adventurers will have their chance to die. Thank you. Please link to bloodycaverns.net, which is totally not cavernsofblood.com. Can we go home now, Spelunker? I guess. Anyway, so this, as it says on there, thank you for coming by and indulging in some old school webbery. Honestly, still kind of bummed. The original Caverns of Blood site went down, but having both the Caverns game and Castle Quest back online helps a lot. If for some reason you need to contact me, which is to say specifically me, it won't load because you actually have to have HTTPS to load up my proper domain, you can use the linked page. Also, if you want some more Halloween-y content, click one of these things. I kind of chose some random stuff, like my website. Phantasmagoria Memorial might actually work on this. Nope. I don't know why that doesn't work, but it should work. Or Laura's House of Halloween, which probably also doesn't work. Oh, look, that actually worked! With some JavaScript problems, but it actually loaded. You know, that's kind of impressive. Did not see that coming. I think she linked to Caverns of Blood somewhere, so I decided just to link back to her, though I don't imagine she's looked at this webpage in years. So, anyway. That was Caverns of Blood in 2024, by tradition, as required. Guess I should also point out now, Castle Quest is back up, and I did this a while ago. I played through it at some point earlier this year. I kind of forgot when. Probably in, like, June or something. And big thanks to Nuke A6 for giving me the backup. It is definitely a different kind of game and doesn't work quite as well. You really do need the 800 by... Or you really do need to put this down. Let's see the readme here. You must set it to 800 or 640 by 480 or else it will not look correct, as you can tell. It's supposed to use tile backgrounds that are actually properly tiled, like think SNES games. But it is what it is. They were good little time wasters. The website Caverns of Blood was actually a lot of fun when it still existed. But they don't anymore. They had other silly things. Yeah, just to show you this, you can see that the backgrounds look a bit weird. Also, I ended up... There's one ad on this website, and so I decided I'd just advertise Tom Seven's website for some reason, which I still think is kind of funny. But that's it for Caverns of Blood this year. Nothing more to say about that. Maybe I'll do Castle Quest again at some point. It was fun, though, much lengthier than the Caverns game. Much lengthier, though. This took me 41 minutes, so what do I know?